Hey there, all my sexy friends. This is Shara, and I'm here to do a flip through of Susan Curry's Little Sister. This is the third book of the ones that she sent me to do flip throughs of. I had started with doing a flip through of her Christmas on Memory Lane that I had purchased on Etsy and downloaded, or I'm sorry, printed. Well, I downloaded it and printed out my pages. And she saw my flip through of that and went ahead and sent me 3 more books. And I did Living on Memory Lane. And I also did Windows into God's World. And they are both beautiful books, and the Christmas book is just precious. And so this is Little Sister, and it is one of my favorites. I really, with Shannon being my little sister, and it just, was a lot of fun for me. And she's just a wonderful artist and a beautiful colorist. She does a lot of coloring for our wonderful Christine. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you this book. It'll be just a quick little flip through. This is The Adventures of Little Sister. Artist and storyteller Susan Curry. I just love the expressions on on her characters' faces. So I really like that it tells a little bit about Susan, and then she always puts in the back a story, giving a rundown of what the picture is representing, and I really like that. So this one was copyrighted in 2017. And she has little thumbnails for each page. And the dedication to all the little sisters in her life. And she tells a little story about her sisters. And the name page. The ballerina. So cute. The carousel horse. I love the expressions on little sister's face. The candy counter. Looks like they're at the concession stand at the theater. Upside down. Love this. Is probably my favorite. Dressing up. Can I keep her, Mommy? Look at the cat. The cat's expression is just priceless, and the mouse with his big old eyes. Or actually, this looks like a rat, not a mouse, but the big old eyes, and the cat is over here with this great expression. Oh, small businesswoman, lemonade stand, and free cookies. How cute, the cat carrying the baby kitty. Mostly Sandy and I, the middle sister, and I would do lemonade stands. And in the 70s, when there were the gas shortages and people had to wait in line forever to get gas, you could only get gas on odd or even days, depending on what number your license plate ended in. It was pretty crazy, the gas shortage. I mean, I was a little kid, but I remember the long lines and people talking about it. And man, we made bank. We made up some Kool-Aid, and we lived in a cul-de-sac that right over the median there was a 4-lane highway, and there was a gas station at the end of the corner. So the cars were lined up, and we just walked up and down the line serving Kool-Aid to, or selling Kool-Aid, and pretty cool. We were always doing stuff like that. Shannon was a little small because she's 6 years younger than Sandy and 8 years younger than me. So she was kind of small to join us in those things, but I know she's heard about them. Sandy and I were the ones that got into all the mischief and did all that stuff. Easter egg hunt, we always, every Easter dressed up. We got a new Easter dress, and we always got nice baskets, and it was just always an event that we spent with my mom's side of the family. It was probably the only holiday that we spent with my mom's side of the family, with my grandma and papa. Rain! I finally admitted to my mom. She would always, when we would come home from school, because we walked, and when we would come home, if it had been raining, she'd strip us down into our little undershirts and panties and sit us in front of the wall heater and give us hot chocolate. And so if it wasn't raining when we were walking home, I would kick all of the little sapling trees so that all the water held in the leaves would, pour over me, and I would just go home sopping wet. And of course, when I told my mom, she's like, duh, I figured what you did because you came home wet and it wasn't raining. You do things like that as a kid and you just don't think they're gonna notice, but I was pretty soaking wet for no rain to have been falling. Sun, a day at the beach here. Very cute. Oh, I'm going to turn the page. Snow. This is a very cute picture. I think it was a bonus page in the Christmas book. Super cute. Oh, another landscape. Learning to skate. Oh, skating. Oh, I just loved roller skating. I don't remember having to use these. We always had the boot skates that you laced up. Sunday school teacher. She's pretending to read the Bible to her flock here, and it's upside down. Very cute. She has such a cute face. The Crayon Club. Well, this is where I started as well. And Shannon, and I'm sure a lot of you, I loved my coloring book and crayons. Other than baby dolls, I would have to say coloring book and crayons was my favorite toy. Aw, flowers for mommy. You can see that she's just covered in mud. There's mud all over the door and all over her dolly and all over the dog. And little brother or sister is almost getting in it. Very cute picture. My fingers are so dry. Woo! That was a good one. Hometown Toy Store. The toy store window. Very cute. They call her Barbie. I wasn't ever much into Barbies. I liked the baby dolls. And I could play with baby dolls all day long. I did play with Barbies when I went to my dad's mom, my grandma's house. Um, I guess my aunt might have played with the Barbies. She's 5 years older than me. And there was a set of Barbies at my grandma's house, and I would play there, but I never played Barbies at home. Birthday party. Very cute. This would be a fun one to color. I love coloring things like balloons. Very, very cute page. My pumpkin. She picked out a huge one. Hopefully they're not by the pound or the inches or... Ready to turn it, guys. Talking to Santa. Very cute. Bedtime prayer. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. My sister Sandy, she was probably 2, maybe 3. And my mom was teaching us to say the nighttime prayer or the bedtime prayer. And so she's repeating, Sandy's repeating every sentence or phrase after my mom. So she says, now I lay me down to sleep. Sandy repeats it. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Sandy repeats it. If I should die before I wake. And Sandy looks at my mom and says, before breakfast? Probably the most adorable thing that any of us did. My mom had to assure her she wasn't going to die before breakfast. I pledge allegiance to the flag. I don't know why the flag is so long. It looks like it's touching the ground, and I know that they're not supposed to touch the ground. But it's a very beautiful flag. Maybe it's just rolling in the wind, and it's not actually on the ground. The greatest show on earth, going to the circus. And then there is, what's really nice is her books her books are published by Christine. So the format is very similar to Christine. She puts the little half-page pictures in. And Christine was reminding us on her stream yesterday that you could, if you have the PDF of these, or even if you have the book, you can cut out, because this is every page that's in the book. So you could cut out tear out these pages and have yourself a little travel size of this book. And that way, if you want to color the picture, but you're not wanting to do a full page, it's the same picture, but it's in a smaller format, so it can be done quicker, and it'd be a nice little travel book. And I think that the details are still there, and they don't look too tiny, or if you want to take fine liners to it, or... So I think that would be such a great idea. And you can do it with Christine's book as well, because she puts the half-page prints in the back of her books. Boy, my fingers are just terribly dry. This is Sort Quick. If there are people out there that don't know what it is, it doesn't make the page greasy at all. It's almost waxy, and it helps you grip the page instead of licking it. when you're passing out papers to students, you definitely don't want to be licking the pages and spreading your germs. So I always have used Sort Quick. Sorry guys, I could not tell if that was another page. I hope the lighting's okay. So, oh, I don't remember seeing Fish Face. Oh, it must have stuck together. Now I have to find it. I have to make sure my copy has Fish Face. Oh, it should be right here. There it is. I did miss it. Sorry, I keep hitting some pencils I'm working with. Fish Face, that is super, super cute. Can't believe I missed that page. So let's get to, here we go again. These are great. These really will make wonderful travel books. So you basically are getting 2 in 1. And then here she has the stories that inspire the adventures of the little sister. So she goes from the she goes page by page and gives a story on one. And now these pages are double-sided, so that you know, the images aren't, but the stories are. And it tells a story for each of the pictures. So you can see, it was called, sorry, there was the ballerina. I thought the upside down. And she had told me the story. My granddaughter Kay was so much like my baby sister, Delight. Both of them were little girls filled with life and energy. Kay loved being outdoors and roughhousing with her daddy, my big boy Brian. This particular drawing was inspired by a photo I cherish of Brian and Kay at Christmas time, 1998. Kay said, "Pick me up, Daddy." Brian reached down and grabbed her around the tummy, flipping her upside down. That wasn't what she expected, but Kay was immediately overcome with joy and giggles. Daddy picked her up upside down. What child doesn't love hanging upside down? I did. I loved hanging from the monkey bars in the playground at school. How about you? So I love that she tells a little story, and she showed me the photograph, and that's so cool that she can you know, tell a little story about what inspired her for that picture. And you know, a lot of us colorists are very, very curious. Some say nosy, but I say curious. And so it's just a lot of fun to have an explanation for what was going through their head and what memories were they trying to convey, or events they were, you know, trying to get out there. So some of these are actually, you know, good-sized little stories. So they're very beautiful. I love it. And then there are some bonus pages. You have the Scarecrow. I love this one. This is a page I haven't seen. Country alarm clock. The rooster's out there behind the laundry hanging, and well, I guess that's not. That's attached to the clock. Whatever it is, it says, you know, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So I can't tell. It's actually not a rooster, so the alarm clock must have gone off early, 5 o'clock. And that's it. That is the end of the book. You do have a blank page you can use for testing out your colors or anything. So it's a beautiful book. It is available on Amazon, and it's also available on Etsy. So, and I'm pretty sure all her books are available as a PDF and through Etsy, and then the printed version from Amazon. And here's some examples of those pages colored. I'll put you down a little. Get you out of the glare, and you can see how sweet these pictures are and how much fun you can have with all of the colors and different mediums. Very sweet. So all right, guys, take care, and I will see you guys soon in chat, or I will see you in my next video. Stay sexy, friends. Bye. See you later.